Hey guys, it's time to review Secret Wars number 2. Now, I was hesitantly optimistic about Secret Wars. I wasn't really sure what they were going to be doing, but I knew I was going to be reading it. I knew I was interested. I really liked the New Avengers lead up to it, where they had the incursions, and I was very interested in that. I am now fully optimistic about Secret Wars. I am going to be reading probably all the attachments to this and reviewing them. It is good. This issue sold me on the whole thing. I really like it. So this one starts off with someone who looks like a young Thor trying out the hammer, and then he walks away, trying to lift the hammer, Mjolnir. And then another Thor comes in and he tries to lift it, and it works, and it pans back out, and we see that there's a whole room of Thors. And what really got me here was the narration that God created the hammers. It was just kind of like, wait, what? Is Thor no longer a god? Are they rebooting this? Then they show Doom's head and they kneel before a statue of Doom. Doom is God. And that was just kind of a subtle visual storytelling where they have like multiple people trying out the hammer, where, kind of like subtle wordplay where you'd expect them to be talking about gods when you're talking about Thor, but instead they're just talking about God singular, and that was very interesting to me. One of the things that jumps out at me about that scene is there's also a being who looks like Beta Ray Bill, but is not a traditional Beta Ray Bill, and I'm wondering if it's a soft reboot. They've taken off the snout. Now he looks like how you think of Beta Ray Bill, but with a smooth face, no snout, which will be a very much more movie-friendly Beta Ray Bill. Thor Ragnarok is coming up, I think, in 2017, and that's where Beta Ray Bill was introduced. So look forward to smooth-faced Beta Ray Bill, which I think is good. I think it's a good thing. So a very interesting concept, and it follows the adventures of a guy who looks like old King Thor, this young Thor, this brand new Thor. They go and they immediately hit the air, I guess, and they go to Bar Sinister, which is the land of Sinister, Doctor Sinister, or Mister Sinister. Each of the areas in this new Doom world, Doctor Doom is the God King of this planet, Battle World. Each of the areas is a barony. Apparently, it's realities or realities that are stuck together, something like that. It's not exactly clear what's going on. Did Doom make this up? Did Doom piece this together? Is it like a quilt that he's just trying to hold on to? Is something else going on? Is Doom even in control? Because I question that, because the Beyonders might be in control and Doom is their puppet, and he's just white knuckling it. He has no idea what's going on, really. He won't admit that, of course, but he's trying to keep something that looks like the existence that he knows around. He's trying to keep something like that around. I'm not sure if they're going that route. That's a really big reach, but I think it's an interesting idea to explore, especially considering that he's now dressed all in white, and the colors of the Beyonders are white, white on white on white, and he's wearing white on silver. And that theory would explain why he's able to command the Thors, why he's able to command Galactus. Galactus guards his castle. His throne is the World Tree. In one way, it's everything that Doctor Doom really wanted. And they go to Bar Sinister, pick up Doctor Sinister or Mister Sinister, come back, and eventually, no need to go into detail here, but they eventually drop off Captain Britain off at the Shield, and the Shield is an enormous wall, kind of Game of Thrones style, Great Wall of China style, that separates the Marvel Zombies, the Ultron, and the Annihilation Wave territories from the rest of Battle World. They drop him in there, and he gets swarmed by zombies. You see zombie Doc Ock, you see zombie Venom, and it's pretty brutal. It's very strange, and you guys know I like strange. Apparently, the Fantastic Four family that we saw killed in the last issue are on this world, and that makes me think that it's a quilt, you know, that he pulled these different parts together, as opposed to a creation. Sue Storm is the queen, apparently, and Valeria is some kind of lieutenant, some kind of the left hand of Doom, I think, which is kind of a weird concept. Franklin Richards is shown communing with Galactus, I guess you could say. He's meditating in the palm of the hand of Galactus. It's a kind of a really interesting scene. It's the old Galactus from Thor: God of Thunder, not current Galactus. The final scene of this book is the release of the Cabal from the Ultimate Mr. Fantastic's lifeboat, and they kill the King Thor pretty quickly. That was a surprising showing, which makes me kind of think that he's not actually King Thor, that he's some kind of facsimile, some kind of clone or imitation. If you look on the cover of Battle World #1, they actually have old King Thor. This guy looks a lot like old King Thor, except that he has a red beard and gold-tipped armor, which is a little bit different. So I'm kind of wondering about that. You know, this raises a lot of questions, a lot more questions than it answers, and that's good. It makes you curious, makes you want to read more, makes you want more information. I'll definitely be picking it up. The art is fantastic, except for one part. You might want to, if you have the book, you might want to try to find this part. Doctor Strange looks really kawaii. His eyes are way too big. It's really off-putting when you see it. It's kind of like, Doctor Strange, why are you so surprised? Like, it's just like almost like, you know, like quarters. Like his eyes are just, you know, perfectly round with perfectly round irises. I'm not sure how that got past people. I mean, I can understand the artist just kind of drew that and went ahead with it, but just it doesn't even match the art style. It's kind of strange, but that's just one part of one panel. Overall, the art's fantastic. The dialogue is great. The people are, you know, Mr. Sinister is has an acidic wit, has, you know, very sadistic words. The Braddocks have very sincere words, kind of heroic. Braddock gives us, right before he's put into the Marvel Zombies world, he gives us a little speech about when they bring you to the wall, you jump, you don't let them drag you down. He's about to get eaten alive, and these are the things he says. So it's good dialogue. The Thors are sincere and duty bound to a fault. To a fault. Valeria Richards is insightful and articulate. So the dialogue is good. Everything is fundamentally good about this. I want answers. So I'll have to wait till next week for that. I highly recommend this book. If you like cosmic stuff, if you like crossovers, if you like alternative worlds, if you're curious about the Marvel Universe in general, pick up this book. If you're a newcomer to the Marvel Universe, this might not be for you. I would recommend you get something on back issues. It's a good book. All right, guys, have a good one.